these block pulls or rack pulls, whatever you want to call them. Well, these are in blocks, so I guess these block pulls are absolutely insane. My mid back and my glutes are like 1,000% contraction. Literally, I feel like they're cramping at the top of the movement. The reason why I decided to do them was because I really wanted to feel some weight on the posterior chain. I wanted to do a movement where my quads are completely out of it, and I just tax my basically my back and my glutes and hamstrings. I thought about the level of the bar at my knee or my shin. I was thinking about at what level should I put the bar at the starting position, and I decided to do this level, which is kind of basically at the knee level, which for a lot of people, including me, if I'm going to fail a lift, is going to be failed at the knee. It's really hard to get over it. I think it's because that part of the lift is the transition part. It's where you go from basically from that leg drive into the hip drive, I guess, if you want to call it. So it becomes predominantly a posterior chain. So a lot of people try to get a lot of momentum from the bottom using the quads, using the legs, so they can kind of hop over this sticking point for a lot of us. It's just that position is the most disadvantageous for us mechanically. So yeah, it's just an insane contraction. You saw that I tried to do 230 kilos and I couldn't even budget. But like the bar kind of started bending, but I just couldn't break it off. Whereas if I mean, it would be an interesting experiment. Well, I won't do it today, but if I was to start it at mid-shin, say, with 230, maybe I could get it, because I could kind of get my quads a little bit more engaged, and I could maybe develop some momentum. When I get to this point, I can kind of hop over. But, you know, breaking the inertia at the knee is very, very difficult. And yeah, so basically, for some of you guys that followed me for a while, some of you guys are doing exactly what I'm about to say. I think I'm going to go back to pulling before my squatting. I've been thinking lately about the best way to kind of warm up for the squats again. I've been doing, you know, kind of small exercise, activation exercise, like for the adductors and for the glute med and all this sort of stuff. And I decided to do, let's just go back to what worked before, do some pulling before squatting, and this is what I've decided to do. Not off the floor, because off the floor kind of, you know, because I train early in the morning, a lot of the mornings I wake up and I feel quite stiff, and so for me to get into proper positioning for the deadlift off the floor, it would take some time, and I don't want to waste my time. And so for a lot of us, including me, if you don't have the mobility in the hamstring and the posterior chain, then your back rounds. And if you're pulling off the floor with your back rounded, you get that dreaded, I mean, I call it the dreaded low back pump. It disables you completely, man, because, you know, you just fried your lower back before even getting to your working sets on the squats. So completely defeats the purpose of training. You're not supposed to be hitting your lower back every single day in the training session. So I decided to do this, elevate the bar a little bit so there's no huge demand on the hamstring length. I can just basically start pulling with proper form, and this is what it is. Really, really heavy block pulls. I've got 200 kilos on the bar now. I'm going to do another set here, the third set, doing a set of 5. And I'm just trying to like focus on my core, focusing the back is flat, and I'm just trying to contract the glutes as hard as I can at the top. And I feel it's funny because I feel really good now. I feel like I could squat really well now. It's just, I don't know, when you squat every day, you kind of feel before you, it's just as you look at the bar, you just feel if you're going to be able to squat it or not properly. And just every single time I turn my attention to the glutes, I feel like my mobility of the squat increases so much. Increase your glute activation, warm up your glutes before squatting, and you'll feel $1 million. All right, let me get this third set of these block pulls, and then we'll get into some squatting.